What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Pete's Carport. Hey, if you're new to this channel and you like what you see, click down below and subscribe, like the video. It helps out a lot. It doesn't only help me out, but helps out the car community. So this is going to be a vlog style video because I haven't really done any full videos probably in over a week, but I have a ton of videos I'm creating right now on different projects. So today I just got kind of a call. I mentioned it before. Our 1986 or 1985, I think, 190E Euro spec manual was sold a while back, and it's finally getting transported either today or tomorrow. But it kind of threw me by surprise because we got to get it running. We got to get this thing to be able to pull onto the trailer, and that's kind of what he worked out as a deal. Issue is, it's been sitting now for quite some time, and I think either the fuel went bad, fuel filter's clogged, or we just need to get some fresh fuel in there. So we're going to start. Let's add some fresh fuel. I went ahead and took the injectors off of the fuel injected carburetor system that they have on these cars, cleaned those out with some seafoam spray. I've got the compressor going, as you guys can hear. We're going to go ahead and fill the tires up, and we're going to take our S600, which is going to another subscriber on the channel. We're going to back that out of here. And then if you guys look at this car here, that is a car that we've been trying to get the title for to flip, and finally got that today. So I'm going to be cleaning that, doing a video on that. And of course, an SC300 over here, the 2JZ drift car. That one I'm doing a ton of stuff on just to refine basically what's going on with the motor. So you've seen quite a few videos on that recently. So for those guys that are on here for the Mercedes, this is a really fun video. I'm going to go ahead and set up the tripod. We'll go ahead and see if we can get this 190E fired up and at least running good enough to drive it onto the trailer. If we've got to pull the fuel filter, I got a second one to put in there. So we're going to start with just trying to get some fuel up in there. So let me go ahead and add the fuel, and then I'm going to show you guys starting it, see if we can get this thing fired up and move it forward, back this S600 up out of the way, and pull this thing out to the front so that when the truck comes, we can load it up nice and easy. So let's get set up. Alright guys, so what I did was I went ahead and pulled the S600 out, parked it over there, got everything, the tires blowing up, and actually got it to start for about 30 seconds and it stalled. I took all the fuel lines off to make sure we had pressure, and it looked like we just had a whole bunch of gunky gas that was kind of caught up in here. So with all that said, my next step is actually going to be to remove the fuel filter, which is underneath the car, replace that, and then you know, try to make sure we're getting fuel pressure, and we're going to try to start it again. So hopefully we can get this thing started up good enough to be able to drive onto the trailer. I'm going to try to record and document as much as I can to make it a fun vlog style video. And you know, it's always fun to get one of these cars that wasn't working started back up again. So let's go ahead and get this thing going. Okay, so car is jacked up, and I've already went ahead and placed jack stands right on the diff and right over there. And if you get up under here, you're going to see your fuel filters right on the end of that group there. Your fuel pumps in there as well. And our replacement fuel filter. It's a Mal KL19, so it's the original one that went in there. So I'm going to go ahead, slide up under here, undo the one that's there, replace it, and we'll try to start her up again. Okay guys, so I went ahead and pulled the fuel filter and just wanted to show you, hopefully I can get this. You can see all that grime, that rusty looking stuff coming out. And my guess is we really needed to pull this fuel tank and really clean it out. You know, I tried the best I could just to do it with it up in there. But hopefully this thing got rid of most of the gunk that was settled at the bottom. We can reinstall this fuel filter, get it started, and then now I kind of know to pass on to the next buyer. You want to basically pull that tank, you want to go ahead and clean it out, and you should be good. Maybe change the fuel filter out one more time. So let's go ahead and do that now and see if we can get this thing. Okay, got it back down off the blocks. It's going to take me probably quite a few turns of the ignition to get the fuel pump to kick fuel through the filter, get it to come up here. But I'll go ahead, I'll set the tripod up, I'll probably skip through it as I'm trying to start, to the point that hopefully this thing starts in idle so we can get it to go. I'm pretty sure it's going to, based on how disgusting the stuff that came out of that fuel filter was. Now, of course, I don't ever want to pass on anything without passing on the knowledge. So I knew from the day that I bought this that the fuel had been sitting there for a long time, so I emptied out what was in there, tried to clean it out the best I can without removing the fuel tank, and put fresh fuel in there, ran some fuel injection cleaner, and we got it running. We changed the fuel filter out twice. This is the third time now, and my suspect is just need to drop the tank. I was really hoping that there was only a small amount of debris or gunk still left up in the tank, and that running this, running a new fuel filter a couple of times would remove it, but I feel like it's just got to be done. Also, some of those hose lines were starting to go, and I never got around to ordering in the correct hose lines, so I kind of replaced some broken pieces here and there. So passing that on, I will obviously let him know about that, and hopefully he can give us an update, and we can have an update video on this car fully running and having it the way he really wanted it. Maybe we can get pictures from him, etc. So let's go ahead. With all that said, let's get the tripod set up and see if we can get this thing running. That one's not getting... Didn't change anything. Is that one? Which one? Okay, wait, I think we got one firing. There it is. That's the one.
Found the one. It's working.
We got one.
Yeah.
We got two cylinders.
Okay,
the back two.
Shit.
Yep. We don't need them. Yeah, you don't want to burn them.
Okay.
Oh, is the wires?
I don't know if it's the wires or what. You don't have no spark.
Alright guys, so as you saw, we got it started up. Now, it was misfiring, and you guys saw us laughing, but it was basically the spark plugs. We pulled those two out, cleaned them off. One of them's working right now. I think one might be completely fouled out, but the car is running totally fine to pull it up onto the trailer, which is really all we need. So this is going out to a subscriber, like I mentioned, and I am beyond excited to see what he's going to be doing with this. It's a gentleman. He's out in the military. His brother's been back and forth contacting me, and it's going to Texas. So very excited about what they're going to do with this. They're both Mercedes enthusiasts, and he found this by watching the channel, contacted me, and made an offer. And at the time, I needed the funding to finish off some other things that I was doing, which is mainly the S500 build that I did. I really, really wanted to get the S500 wrapped and all that stuff. And this car right here, I knew was going to take a lot of funds, a lot of time to make it as cool of a car as I really wanted it to be. Because I wanted to basically strip the whole thing down, rebuild the motor, and I eventually wanted to use it as my manual daily driver. So after I got this car, I was very fortunate that I was able to sell my automatic SC300 and found a manual SC300, which is Frank over there, the one you guys have been seeing on the last few videos, that kind of replaced what I was hoping to do with this at a much lower budget. than what I was needing to do with this, and the potential of that car as far as drifting and stuff like that is much greater. The engine that's in there is a super solid 2JZ that you can really build up, and we've got huge plans with that now. My goal is to eventually find another 190E or maybe a 300E and maybe drop a 2JZ in it. So stay tuned, guys. If you're huge fans of these cars, I may be picking up another one. Obviously not a Euro spec manual, but we will make it a manual and hopefully find a similar kit, body kit to this. So that's kind of all the background of this. I'm so excited I got it started. I'm going to start it up for you guys now so you can hear it running, and I'll probably call it a day, and hopefully we can get you guys some updates from that subscriber, and I can't wait to see what he does with this, because this is a super cool car. Go back and check out some of the past videos I did on this. It's a car that I won't forget, and I'm going to love to see this car back on the road and done the right way. So let's go ahead and get her started up so you guys can see how it starts up now that we basically cleaned out all the spark plugs and rerouted some of the vacuum lines too. That was the other thing that was causing some issues. So I'm going to set it down. We're going to go ahead and start it up for you. All right, you guys can see that was a complete cold start. That was the first start of today, and it's a little chilly out today, so it's really good to see that it started right up. I'll give it a little bit of gas if I can reach down in here. All right, guys, that's about it. You guys have an awesome day, awesome week. I've got tons of videos coming, don't worry. I'm doing some R129 stuff, and we're going to be starting a whole new project, and I've got some other things on the way, mostly Mercedes related. You guys have an awesome week. I'm Pete. This is Pete's Carport. See you again next time.